Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mancillon. So I come and wish you a good way, good week that is coming. So for this great deal of energy that is shifting and changing. And so what happens is that we originally, when I'm here to speak about spiritual matters, for I've been in my spiritual ascension path for 30 years, and so somewhat qualified me to speak about those things because I could verify those things. All the things I'm talking about here, it is not to impose my own knowledge or beliefs or wisdom on you. It's to offer possibility of expansion of the mind, and then everybody will have to verify how those things resonate with them and how they can use it. And so there is veils of consciousness that is between us and our soul. For we're very courageous to choose to incarnate here over and over and over again. So that means we already have the courage and the stamina we knew that we could go through that process. Originally, we were one with our I Am Presence. Then our soul decided to participate in this great expansion of the universe. For I have seen my soul reveal itself to me, and it was just so an incredible experience. Then there was a curtain that came to the curtain closed, and it was like, oh, don't leave me, I want to, please stay, come down here to become one with me. But in essence, there is a veil between us and our divine consciousness. For the soul is imbued with divine light and divine reality. We truly are divine, eternal beings of light that are connected with the cosmic consciousness, and that the Creator has given the will to expand and so, in a sense, our soul is far greater, far more magnificent who we truly are. That's why the Oracle of Delphi, know yourself, know thyself. Because Apollon knew that the true self of all beings is quite divine and eternal and brilliant. And so it is about those veils have been kept in place, so we can create this self determination in relationship. It is part of a game of creation, but it's only a temporary game. We want to stop holding the concept of the stick, that God will punish us. The idea of karma, for the idea we need to hold of God is a benevolent force that loves infinitely all His children and all its creation, for there cannot be a separation. God, if God did not love any part of Himself or self, then those parts would disappear, vanish. The proof of our existence is that God loves us. Otherwise, we would stop to exist. The universe would stop to exist if God for since the beginning of creation, there's never been a lapse in the divine energy flows to maintain eternally all those energy circuits, so that we can rely on that. So we want to understand that God is the first nature of God is love. His second nature is mercy, and His third nature is ministry. And so for there is all kinds of different knowledge. Every day we need to enrich ourselves, to learn something new. There's superficial knowledge that's very useful. There's physical knowledge on whatever level. And then there is deep knowledge, the soul level, the spirit level. And very soon we're going to be able to see into the ultraviolet, and then beyond the ultraviolet on the gamma frequency of brain waves and the super gamma. And so all of this is going to be unfolding. Very soon we'll have access to the cosmic mind as well. For it is important to make spirituality practical, otherwise we cannot integrate society. We're not taken seriously. So it's good to make that to make it as practical knowledge as possible. That's why we need to verify with our heart and see how those things hold on, and how they work for us. For what we came here to learn about duality. This year 2020 is a 22 number. It's a master number about duality, corporal consciousness. For free choice and free will was given as a great gift. It was an amazing gift that was given, where we had all the choices. We could make all choices, but it had become a burden because we made some wrong choice where we were asleep, unconscious, and then we're locked into cycles, rhythm and momentum that are carried on by those flows. We need to slow down the old negative momentum rather than trying to stop them and move on to something else. Even if we move on to something else, of course, that's what we want to do. But the old may come back before it slows down, and eventually it stops, and then it can be redirected. So we're here to learn that to learn that integration. For we came from the one. The one had to become two in order to become more. But then the duality is reconciled, and we'll return to the one, and eventually we'll learn the Trinity, which is the power of the mighty powerful understanding. We'll become trinitized beings. Even when we return to paradise, we'll enter we will be trinitized, because we come from a world that's been in quarantine. So it is part of our destiny to become mighty messengers, those high in authority, or those without name and numbers. There may be other paths that are unrevealed. Spirit is a collective omnipresence, and all higher beings are everywhere. Their consciousness is imbued the whole universe, so they're always there, always. You just got to think about them, and they're here. It's like anything, anyone. Once we become connected to our connected self, is only a soul away. And so it's about developing this connection, this co-creative potential of connection, and this potential that is getting more and more actual, actually. For the point of deity is to turn potential into actual. That's what through the manipulation of eternal manipulation of energy. In the wisdom of the omnipotent and omniscient God. So for us, we cannot manipulate and hope to get our result, but the God is always involved in this eternal process. For the law of evolution said that there is an individual evolution. It's like God wants the highest good, but He also wants the highest good for the whole of creation. And so there is this. So it's the law says that every being and everything must evolve through time. So sometimes we want to evolve in a certain, we want to take a decision, but there is a collective need of evolution. So we sacrifice a little time in order to assist, or in order to in many sense, we do not really have a choice but to be who we are, where we are, and we have to accept ourselves with all our strengths and weaknesses. It is for there is only one in this world. The law of one is a transcendental reality. All is one and one is all. It's always here, it's always you, and it's always now. Always here, always you, always now. That will always be. It's a constant. You can never change that. Even if you die, you will see up there. You will be here and now and you. So it's about accepting that and living one moment at a time, being as receptive to listen to hear the voice of Spirit. For we have to let go of the idea of karma and punishment, because those ideas comes from making the wrong choice. But now we have always the choice to change our choice, and then the result will change as a result. And so I'm going to pull a few cards to see for this coming week. Although I feel like we don't necessarily need an oracle. It's like, but so the situation is living, departing. It's really the end of the cycle. We are departing. There is a change. What comes around the situation is consolation. We're gonna be. It's like after all that we've been going through, we're gonna be able to find recomfort and comfort. For those things, I'm trying to be as universal as possible. Sometimes they may address some part of my life, yet we're going through this collective evolution. So I hope they resonate with you. What we see before us is compassion. It's about loving ourselves, loving others, producing some good cause and good effect to always unfolding our love. Compassion is the practice of love. Ascension is the mastery of the science and art of unconditional love. Which seems easy, but it don't master unconditional love like that. It takes practice. Every day we practice that. In the distant past, the subconscious, we have optimism, and right now we are being tested. It is a trial. We have been trialed, and so it's about passing through that as with as much grace as possible. What's coming up in the near future is intuition. There's so much that is going to be coming in through the doorways of intuition. What we are in this situation, our strength is well-being. For we every day in every way we want to increase our level of well-being. What comes to us from the environment is cheminement. It's an ascension path. It's a step-by-step process that raises. Soon we're going to be able to be elevated, but we have to prepare our physical body, because there's so much, the energy of the higher planes is so intense. Our consciousness and our physical body needs to be prepared, and for that our spirit self is aware of all those things, so it is preparing us each and every day. On the emotion, the hopes and fear, we have the solution. And the solution is the resolution of the inner process. And the outcome is the light, for there is always new frequencies of light to be discovered. And the light is intelligence, light is information, light is communication, light is everything is actually made of light. It is just matter, it's just a lower in frequency of the light. So the photon becomes electron and matter for a time in order to serve the purpose of evolution. Well, I hope this resonated with you. It is important to see that to have this standpoint, to know that you are safe, you are protected, and that your life will unfold with grace and ease. It is important to keep that in mind, because otherwise you will open the door for all kinds of things to happen until we decide that. And to have no fear about politics, economy, ecology, all of that is like, if you tune to yourself, to your inner self, to your inner guidance, you'll always be in the right place, in the right time, for the right reason, and you will be safe and protected, no matter what's going on in the world. Also wanted to talk about the ego. We have an ego, but that operates through fear, and the ego is the ignorant part of ourselves. It is what we call the devil. When I am presence is God, but in a sense there is no separation. But this ego is this part of ignorance, this shadow aspect that we carry with us, but we do not want to be in conflict with our ego. But we don't want to fall into its domination. We want the light part of ourselves to be dominant over that part of ourselves. So it is important to accept our ego and not to our weaknesses, our quirks, in order to integrate them in an harmonious way. And for when we make a choice, it creates a feeling, and this feeling can be positive, neutral, or negative. When we make a wrong choice, we may get a negative feeling, so we can readjust our choice in order to change the feeling. For the feeling center is far more important than it is really the key to tune into the feeling side of life. And talking about fear, the domination of the ego, this fear, there is a great book of philosophy that teaches, in essence, more like, not philosophy, it's strategy, but it's called The Art of War by Sun Tzu, about 3,000 years ago, or 26,000 years ago. 2,600 years ago. This Art of War is a strategic book, but it teaches us that there is nothing to fear but fear itself. Fear is the enemy. And so there is... It is a book that with the Prince of Machiavel. It's very essential, although this is more about military strategy, when the Prince of Machiavel is more about political strategy, which is not as Machiavellian as we think. There is quite a lot of intelligence in the philosophy of Machiavel. Just as Sun Tzu, it's very brutal and violent, but it reflects the time. But there is always something to draw on. But when we read a book that's very old, can be all the old teachings, we have to realize it was revealed in a certain cultural context, and that's why the revelation came in a certain way. Then we grew and evolved, and so we have to adapt the teaching to as when consciousness evolves. And so. For ascension will happen with our collaboration, with our participation, or without it. We will be elevated, even if we do not choose to participate. But being conscious of it first it goes a lot faster, and it makes it a lot more enjoyable and pleasant. For Spirit has decided, there was an announcement that there's going to be a divine dispensation, divine dispensation for all those who are working towards the ascension. They will be assisted by Spirit. There is this process of liberation that just ahead. There will be in order to assist all the light workers. And so, but only those who are positive, those who are negative, are all loved and supported by Spirit as well. But they don't have the same guides. For somebody that's malevolent, the guides are more like demonic frequency that they cultivate. But when we enter the light, it's more angelic frequency. So it's all about accepting the gift, accepting the blessings, and and going with the flow, here, now, and you. So every moment there can be new understanding, new truths that can be revealed. Eventually, once we move into our ascension, our highest potential, every breath we take will take us to a new reality, a new universe, where we breathe an energy that is a universe, a reality, and then another breath when there is no more attachment, we can move on from universe to universes, where there's going to be a great we have no clue on the level of what our true nature behold for us. This is kept for us as the result of what we'll gain. We were divine originally, but when we come back, we're going to come back into the light with far more than what we left. That's all the point of the process, but we may understand that when the cycle will be completed. So it's about trusting and continue to cultivate the light and love within yourself, and trust your inner self, your higher self, asking your soul to become you, to know you're already your soul and you're already your I am presence, and to trust that. Although sometimes I feel like there is still me and my I am presence, because I see my I am presence, and I'm not fully conscious of all the aspect of what that spirit wants to give me. But it's getting closer every day, and I'm grateful for that connection. So at any moment, I know my I am presence is always sending me information about the ins and outs of things, and it's always a great pleasure. It's an honor. It's a blessing. And we all have that. We just need to tune into that frequency, open our mind, be still, and be receptive to receiving the information, the light, the energy from spirit. The paintings behind me, I'm going to sing a song and pull one more card. This is a painting, it's an invocation. I did a painting in 1989, a beautiful painting it's only about this invocation, but it's lost. I don't know, I hope one day I'll find it. It's such a beautiful piece. Very different on the look of that, but this one's beautiful. I like it as well. And it's an invocation from the Book of Runes. It was found on the tombstones in Norway. And it says, God within me and God without, how shall I ever be in doubts? There is no place where I may go and not see God's face, not know I am God's vision and God's ear. So, through the harvest of my years, I am the sower and the sown, God's self unfolding and God's own. Very powerful invocation. And I have some of my clients, people that collect my work, that really like this period of pure calligraphy, pure philosophy. And this is a painting about the great spiral of creation. It's 100 centimeter by 100 centimeter. It will be framed, a white frame probably. And I may use some of those images soon to print on fabrics and make clothing and decoration, all kinds of things. I'm thinking about all that. But it represents the architects of the master universe for their, and so it starts at the center with the paradise architect, the first architect, the seniority. Once we achieve paradise status, before we meet the deities, we are under the guidance and supervision of that the first paradise architects. And then there is the three architects, symbolic painting, of course. We have the three architects of the central universe, the seven architects of the seven super universe, time and space. And then it starts here with the first level of transcendental realities, and then there's the beginning of the second level. There is 4 levels of transcendental universes that will only be revealed and known even by the spiritual families, and even the higher spirit do not know what's going to be coming. That, but only when all the grand universe, the 7 super universe of time and space, will have achieved ascension into the light. So it's for the future, but it's already in the process of manifestation. And but there is a great deal of dynamism, and those paintings can be appreciated even if you do not know the context of where of what was the intention of what was created. There is this. This silent energy that comes out of those paintings. I'm going to pull one more card. I'm going to sing a song. It's a song that went through my mind at the time where I was asked to make a video today, and so and this song went through my mind, so I thought I'd sing it. It's a song of the Cranberries called Dreams. Oh, my life is changing every day in every possible way. Oh, my dreams, it's never quite as it seems, never quite as it seems. I know I felt like this before, but now I'm feeling it even more because it came from you. And then I open up and see the person falling here is me, a different way to be. I want more, impossible to ignore, impossible to ignore, and they'll come true, impossible not to do, impossible not to do. And now I tell you openly, you have my heart, so don't hurt me, you're what I couldn't find. A totally amazing mind, so understanding and so kind. You're everything to me. Oh, my life is changing every day, in every possible way. All my dreams, it's never quite as it seems, 'cause you're a dream to me, a dream to me. Really beautiful song. It's I want more. It's impossible to ignore. We always have this body of desire that will create this expansion. For that's why we came here, is to create that expansion, and they'll come true. The dreams will come true. There's no choice. We can't we can't allow the possibility for the dreams not to come true. I'm going to put one final card to conclude that it's about reparation. It's about fixing all those things that are still. It's about the opportunity to correct certain things that needs to be corrected. Let's see if I find it here. It's about forgiveness, healing after dispute. So if there might have been some energies that were not completely harmonious. So now it is the opportunity to bring things into balance and alignment. I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.